Senator Richard Blumenthal issued a warning to the WNBA today to stay out of Connecticut's negotiations for the Sun. State officials are submitting their own bid to keep the team in Connecticut. Their proposal would give the state a minority stake and allow some games to be played in downtown Hartford. Now, it also includes plans to build a new practice facility in Connecticut. Blumenthal was asked about his warning this morning.
The WNBA is potentially abusing its considerable governance and market power in seeking to block and interfere with Connecticut's efforts to keep the Connecticut Sun in Connecticut.
There is no timetable for a meeting with the Sun ownership and the WNBA at this time.